In addition to this, again, around 300 plus authors, participants, attendees from different parts of the country and abroad. And I could not see that how many of are joining on live streaming on YouTube, because then I have to look that how many are there. So it is my proud privilege to welcome you all, my dear friends. This is a time when we are talking about 16th edition to remember where from we started and where are we. And that's how I always say that जो सफर की शुरुआत करते हैं वो मंजिल को पा ही लेते हैं. ऐसा बहुत कम देखा होगा कि लोग सफर पे निकलते हैं और आधे रास्ते से वापस आ जाते हों. जो सफर की शुरुआत करते हैं वो मंजिल तो पा ही लेते हैं, क्योंकि अच्छे मुसाफिर का तो रास्ते भी इंतजार करते हैं. The journey of last 16 years was not an easy. And all of you might have been at the age of 3, 4, 5, 6 years when we started way back in 2007 this conference. Technological situation, technological ecosystem was different. The today technological ecosystem is different. With respect to time, we tried to adapt to the changes and keep the pace with that. And as part of that pace, since last year, we are organizing this in hybrid mode. And that's how I keep saying that there is nothing constant in this world except change. All of us should accept the change. If we do not change ourselves, possibly the market forces, the competitions in and around us, or changing ecosystem, technologically changing ecosystem will change us. And that's how I say that इंसान घर बदलता है, लिबास बदलता है, रिश्ते बदलता है, दोस्त बदलता है. इंसान घर बदलता है, लिबास बदलता है, चेंज. इंसान घर बदलता है, लिबास बदलता है, रिश्ते बदलता है, दोस्त बदलता है, फिर भी परेशान क्यों रहता है? क्योंकि हम अपने आप को नहीं बदलते. And that's how a great poet Ghalib from the same land, Delhi, said that उम्र भर गालिब यही भूल करता रहा, धूल चेहरे पे थी और मैं आईना साफ करता रहा. When last year, 2020, all of you know that COVID started disrupting everything, and sir might be remembering, similar evening, you were sitting in this room and news started coming on television. Parul was busy arranging everything in auditorium for the start of the program right at 5:30, and the news started coming, this is closed, that is closed, that is closed, that is closed. Because 2-3 days prior, the news were coming, so many of the guests who were supposed to come had cancelled their flights. But we decided that let's do inauguration in offline mode, and tomorrow onwards we'll go for online mode. When I was talking that it will be an online, even IEEE and my friends at IEEE were saying, no, this will not be effective, and how we will do that, because IEEE at that moment used to emphasize 100% it has to be offline, then only you'll be submitting paper to IEEE Explore. Changes have happened to that extent that now IEEE asks in the proposal itself, are you going to have it in hybrid mode or complete online mode? No complete offline they're asking now. That change has happened. So this IndiaCom is also part of that change. And now this year, I will tell you what kind of collaborations we have entered now. But let me tell you a little statistics about of this IndiaCom. Since it was happening in hybrid mode, we decided that at this moment, initial almost 14 editions, we were focusing on both, on quantity as well as quality. From last 2 years, we thought that because now it is a new experience for all of us, we have to control online presentations. We have to see that ultimately the quality is met, the required compliances with respect to IEEE standard is met. So we downgraded the magnitude of the conference. We received close to 1200 papers this year as well, but we didn't accept many papers. We accept only 175 papers. And out of that, 37 very chosen set of papers from premier authors and based on the quality of the papers have also been recommended to be published in the hard copy of the proceeding, which will be released now. These 175 papers which we have accepted, these papers were written by close to 350 plus authors from 26 countries. We have been chosen that Now we are downgrading, so let's improvise the quality. Ensure that representation from various countries are coming. And if I start naming those 26 countries, will be a huge list. Later, as part of preface, you can see that who all the country got represented as part of this. After the conference presentations in next 2 days will be over, the proceeding of these papers out of 175, which all will be presented. We do not retain papers which are not presented in the conference. Presentation is must. Yes, online presentation is permissible now. But those papers which will be presented during next 2 days under various parallel tracks will be submitted to IEEE Explore. And through IEEE Explore, the papers are indexed at Scopus, papers are indexed at Web of Science, that is ACI. Papers are indexed at DBLB, at INSPEC, and all premier abstracting and indexing agencies of the world. That's the kind of magnitude to which the conference has come back. Many people in last 6-7 years have asked me that you have kept the theme same, the name same, you are organizing conference, let's change name, let's change theme. So much so that IEEE has got a system of evaluating the proposal of the conference, and there also I kept receiving this information, this feedback that change theme, change this, change that. Many guests are common. So many of you might have written paper when many comments you receive from the reviewer, you have options either to incorporate changes or to send a rebuttal. So for such comments, I used to send rebuttal. I said, this is the beauty and maturity of the conference. We are few guests who were part of this conference since the beginning are still part of the conference. We take pride in having that. The theme which we have chosen 16 years ago are a still valid theme. And that's how we say the Gandhian philosophy is still relevant. As relevant as it was relevant maybe in early 90s, is relevant today as well. So the theme of the conference, computing for sustainable global development, is as relevant today as it was 16 years ago, and we didn't change that. And finally, IEEE committee also accepts. So coming back to this theme, all of us know that 800 million plus people in India alone, and over 3 billion people globally are living in villages. Glimpses of that were quite visible when in March 2020, the lockdown was announced. We saw people moving from one place to another places. Why? Because people used to migrate from village to urban areas for the purpose of earning livelihood. And unless we take care of those people, unless we bring technology closer to them, unless we provide opportunities to those downtrodden section of the society, possibly the actual inclusive development will not be possible. And that's how I always quote the vision which our beloved late President late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam saw, PURA, providing urban amenities in rural areas, PURA. Unless we utilize technology for that purpose, unless we bring technology closer to that, possibly the actual realization of development will not happen. Now the next question will come that how sustainability can be brought into that. So we have to bring technology closer to that. And for that, I wanted to request to all the authors, researchers who are from different parts of the country and abroad connected to us for this inaugural session, and those who will be interacting with all of us for next 2 days, that let's ensure that our researches should go to those kind of problems which are in some or other way have become a challenge for a great nation like India, where huge diversity, huge demographic changes are there. So we need to address to those problems. That is what we need to understand, that translational research need to be implemented for those sections of the society which need more utilization of the technology for improvising their overall level of living standards. And that's how I keep on saying that with the help of innovative and cutting edge researches in computing particularly, which is our theme of the conference, we have no option but to connect the unconnected people, reach to the unreached places, and include to the not included section of the society to serve the underserved or underprivileged.